Hey there guys, how are you today, and welcome to another episode of I Ask Twitter. Yes, this is a series where I tweet out a question on Twitter, and with the responses I get, I make a video. So yes, I asked the question, what was the best F1 title decider? So of course, Hamilton just won the World Championship at the Mexican Grand Prix in 2017, so it's a relevant topic. So I thought it'd be a good time to make this video. So let's start. I think one of the most popular responses I got was Brazil 2007. Of course, this was in Lewis Hamilton's rookie F1 season, his first season, and it was a three-way fight going into the final race between Hamilton, his teammate and arch rival Fernando Alonso, and Ferrari's Kimi Raikkonen, who ironically had just moved to Ferrari after being at McLaren for a few years before. And, well, the race went pretty badly for Hamilton. He was forced wide by Alonso in the first lap. And then some glitchy thing happened with his gearbox, which left him at the back of the field, where he managed to get going again at least. And he fought back to 7th place. And with Raikkonen winning, Hamilton in 5th, I believe. So yeah, despite some brilliant overtakes, it wasn't going to be for Hamilton that day. And yeah, I think that was quite an exciting title decider. I think Raikkonen was 3rd in the standings before that race. Then he still managed to win the championship. So yeah, it really turned around at that one point. And of course, Hamilton did have the chance in the Chinese Grand Prix to win the championship, but he messed up, crashing when going into the pit lane. So yeah, that was certainly one of the more exciting Brazilian Grand Prix and title deciders. I think it's a big one. It's a good thing that Raikkonen has a world championship. He's certainly deserving of it, especially in the first part of his career. And yeah, it was very exciting. And of course, and after that, we know Alonso left McLaren, and we know what happened afterwards. So the Brazil 07 was nominated by Tirowe. I hope that's right. Moaning Yorkshireman, KTM MILNER, and Nickael as well. So yeah, those guys nominated that race, and now let's move on. So, of course, another popular answer was Brazil 08. A few people said this, not many, and this is of course the famous "yes, is that Glock? Yes, it is Glock" moment, where of course again it was Hamilton versus Massa in the final race. Of course, it was in Brazil, so in Massa's home ground, home territory. And again, reason Hamilton and McLaren seemed to be stuffing it up right when they had to do well. And this was, the final race of the season. Hamilton had a good car that year, and they were looking so close to stuffing it up until Hamilton overtook Timo Glock, who was trying to stay out in the wet on dry tyres. And Hamilton overtook him at the final corner of the final lap of the final race to get P5 and win that year's World Championship. And of course, you have to remember, I remember all the scenes, you'd see the Ferrari mechanics and relatives and friends celebrating, and then suddenly realising they hadn't won it. Because of course Massa did win the race, but obviously not the championship. And then you suddenly see the McLaren people, like Lewis Hamilton's girlfriend, Nickael Scherzinger from the time, running out into the pit lane celebrating. So yeah, that was quite a scene. And from a Hamilton point of view, which I have, I guess, I like that race a lot, obviously, and that would probably be the one that I would choose. Moving on, another popular... so that was nominated by the Moaning Yorkshireman and KTM MILNER. So moving on, another popular one is Abu Dhabi 2010, nominated by the Moaning Yorkshireman, Robbie, and Kyle MILNER. So yeah, let's give some background to that race. So it was a 4-way battle going into the final race. You had Vettel and Webber in the Red Bulls, Alonso and Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren. Hamilton was basically out of it. 24 wins, were obviously 25 to play for, and I believe it was mainly between Webber and Alonso. Vettel managed to sneak it. He dominated that weekend, while Vettel and Webber, not Vettel, but Alonso and Webber messed up a bit with strategy because there was an early safety car and they both pitted and got stuck in traffic. And of course, we know Fernando Alonso got stuck behind Vitaly Petrov. Not his best day, and I don't think he enjoyed seeing the back of the Renault for so long. And it cost him the championship, and more to the point, let Sebastian Vettel win the championship. It wasn't necessarily a great race. It was very tense. I wouldn't say it was a great race, but it was certainly a great season. That is something I would say. But the actual race itself, compared to 08 and possibly even 07, in terms of drama, it didn't have so much, in my opinion. Moving on, another very popular one was Brazil 2012. This has to be up there for me as well. This was nominated by the Moaning Yorkshireman, Sport Tube, also known as Laurie, and Robbie. So yes, Brazil 12 between Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso. Of course, Fernando Alonso has been a miracle worker past season to somehow be there at the end of the season. And Alonso knew he needed a podium, at least, to have a chance at the championship if Vettel didn't finish or whatever. And that nearly came true because Vettel was spun out on lap 1, but with a damaged car, he was able to fight back, mixed weather conditions, and he was able to fight back and take the championship. It'd be his third World Championship in a row, hat trick. And yeah, pretty impressive stuff there by the German driver, and that was a pretty exciting race because of course you had the two McLarens and Nico Hulkenberg fighting, and I think Hamilton Hulkenberg crashed, so yeah, that's certainly a podium for Hulkenberg out of the window. And also that was Hamilton's last race for McLaren, and come to think of it, that race, which was actually won by Jenson Button, is McLaren's latest win. They haven't won a race since then. They've had a podium, I believe, in Australia 2014, but no race wins. There you go. So, what else was said? Yes, so Robbie said Abu Dhabi 2016. I would also rate that quite highly in terms of excitement. So, of course, this was the third year of Lewis Hamilton versus Nico Rosberg for the World Championship. Previous 2 years, Hamilton won it, but this year, Rosberg won it, and then we know what happened afterwards with him retiring. So, yeah, and essentially Hamilton, who had lots of issues earlier in the season, such as in Malaysia, where he was dominating and had an engine failure, was trying to back up Rosberg, so Rosberg would lose places, so Hamilton could have the championship. But for whatever reason, work out, they didn't manage to overtake Rosberg. Maybe it was a bit of ambitious of Hamilton to expect Vettel to overtake Rosberg, considering they're from the same country. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that wasn't Hamilton's best moment in terms of an idea, and certainly wasn't the cleanest thing to do. That's my opinion. But it created an exciting race, and it meant that it did really go down to the wire. So Nico Rosberg was calm and collected for a change, and won that championship. And well done to him. Now, some other ones that were only mentioned once. Jerez 1997. So, if you want to know more about this, go and check out the video on the F1 channel on YouTube, the official channel. This video was released about a week ago, before the Mexican Grand Prix, that's for sure. And essentially, it was between Villeneuve and Schumacher. Villeneuve in the Williams, Schumacher in the Ferrari. And by then, Schumacher had a reputation of taking people out if it meant he could win the championship. And Schumacher essentially tried to do that to Villeneuve, but he went wrong. And Villeneuve won the championship. I have to be honest, I wasn't even alive for Jerez 1997 for that race, so I can't tell you about the excitement completely. But based on that video, at least, it did seem pretty exciting, pretty tense. Ferrari playing lots of games over the weekend, like trying to block Villeneuve in practice and stuff like that. I think there was actually a fight between Villeneuve and Gerhard Berger and the other Ferrari. I'm not sure who it was. No, Eddie Irvine, I believe. I can't remember who it was now. And essentially, they had a bit of an argument in the pit lane after the Ferrari driver blocked Villeneuve during practice and qualifying to try to slow down Villeneuve, but in the end, Villeneuve was victorious in that season, although we didn't really see much of him afterwards. Now, this one's from Robbie, Japan 03. and this is Schumacher's 6th world title, which gave him the record. So it meant he was ahead of Fangio, who is on 5. And essentially, Schumacher had a poor qualifying, but only needed a point to take the title, I believe. And he was able to fight through, but he had some issues in the race with front wing damage after trying to overtake Sato. But he was able to fight back to P8. The race was won by his teammate Rubens Barrichello, while his championship rival Raikkonen came 2nd. So yeah, it was a must and pretty exciting race, pretty tense. And you had a lot of riding land for Schumacher to break the record of Fangio, and he did it brilliantly. And then we know he also went on to win another one. Finally, Japan 1976. This is James Hunt versus Niki Lauda. Yeah, of course, there's a film about it. Rush, so go and see that, I guess, if you want to get a DVD or whatever. And essentially, in that, the story of that season is that Lauda had an injury, which you'll know about. Got burns on his face at the Nürburgring, I believe. And that obviously meant he missed a few races, which gave Hunt an advantage. But going into this race, Hunt was behind Lauda in the standings. But Lauda retired from the race in Japan. I think it was simply safe rounds. He didn't think it was safe to race in bad conditions. Hunt continued. He did have issues, tyre issues, with the weather and everything, and he didn't win the race. And actually, he was lapped. So he is the last person now, until Lewis Hamilton at this last weekend, to win the championship despite being a lap down in the final race, or the race where it's decided. Interesting fact there. And yeah, Hunt won that championship by 1 point to Lauda 69 to 68. So yeah, guys, that's the end of it. I've talked to lots of different title deciders in this video. I guess it'd be nice you can tell me any of the other ones you think, or anyone who I haven't mentioned. And also links to all these people on Twitter and YouTube, because they all have YouTube channels as well, will be in the description down below. So yeah, I'd like to know, do you guys have any other ideas for questions I can ask Twitter? Tell me in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this and other types of videos, please subscribe to my channel. If you have anything to say in the comments, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, go and check out the video that should be on screen right now, and come and follow me on Twitter, BigGaming342, and Facebook, BigGaming342, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.